What can some cases show us about forensic science and how they can overcome human bias in investigations?
Human bias in investigations?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's completely true because the evidence will show you certain facts. It's up to somebody to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So in my forensic science class, we watched something at the beginning, like a little introduction, and the forensic science is just the pieces of the puzzle. It requires somebody else, an investigator, somebody who can dig a little bit deeper, somebody who can get the personal side, maybe interview or be on the site to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So the science can only take you so far. It's up to somebody else to interpret it. Yeah. So there still is, I would say there still is there still are biases. There's still mistakes that can be made in forensic investigations. We looked at this semester and last semester the Innocence Project. Are you still into it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Innocence Project is a nonprofit organization who's dedicated to exonerating wrongly convicted individuals. And one of the most frequent reasons why people are wrongly convicted of a crime is the misapplication of forensic science. That includes fingerprint evidence, it includes DNA evidence, it includes lots of eyewitness testimony, lots of different things. So even though the science is the science, it can still be misinterpreted or misapplied.
Okay. In cases where there is bias, and like the victims were ignored, how can forensic science help ensure justice?
Well, I think the example that I just gave you would be appropriate. So in the Innocence Project, the Innocence Project is talking more about the wrongly convicted person rather than the victim. They investigate and dig a bit deeper. With the advent of more sophisticated forensic technologies, we've seen a lot of people who were originally convicted on thin evidence get exonerated because the evidence is stored, of course, and it's re-examined and more information comes to light.
And then what might happen if investigators took early reports and started looking into biases sooner?
Oh, I would imagine that would be a good thing naturally, because then, so we read a case study in forensics recently about toxicology, and it hits home because the person who ended up being the bad guy, so to speak, was from Rhode Island, and she worked at a toxicology lab, state forensic toxicology lab in Massachusetts. And over the years, she developed an addiction to drugs. So rather than testing the drugs, she would actually be consuming them. And so it came to light later that she testified in hundreds and hundreds of drug cases and criminal cases when she was under the influence of those very drugs that she was testifying about. So once that came to light, almost all of those cases had to be retried because there was some skewing of the evidence potentially. Her credibility was called into question. So if that had come to light earlier, it would have behooved the state to identify that earlier, for somebody to bring to the state's attention earlier. It would have saved a lot of time and resources and money.
All right, thank you for your time.
Okay, good luck.